How many times have you been judged in your life? Hard to believe, but sometimes we are judged without knowing the criteria. Here to explain the art of judging at the Toastmasters is ATMS NCL Eric Jacobson with his speech, "Don't judge me until you know how." Please help me welcome Eric. Thank you.
Is anybody here tired of being judged? Are you? Not me. I love being judged because every time I'm judged, there's a possibility, a potential of a prize at the end of it. A lot of you here have seen this. My trophy room. And none of this would have happened if I wasn't judged. Just a couple of trophies in the last 22 years here at Toastmasters. But if I wasn't judged, none of that would have happened. Have you ever tried to do a maze? You get a maze on a piece of paper. What's the fastest way to do a maze? What is the easiest way to do a maze? You start at the end, not at the beginning. And that maze becomes very simple. Well, tonight I'm going to share with you the end result, the result of what the judges are looking for when we give our speeches. So you too will know what they're looking for and exactly how the judging works. There's 3 contests that happen here at Toastmasters every year. International Speech Contest, Evaluation Contest, and Table Topics. In the international contest, speech development takes up 50% of what the judges are looking for, including the development of the speech, the structure, the organization, and any supporting material that you might have. That's 50%. Critical. The physical portion of the speech takes up 10%. That includes not just the speech, not just the words itself, but also the speaker's appearance, the body language, the speaking area. We're assigned a speaking area when we do contests. If you go outside that area, you're disqualified. So they want to find out about that as well, the speaking area. Your voice, your flexibility, your volume takes up 10% of the total score of 100. Your mannerism, your directiveness, your assertiveness, your enthusiasm. Are you excited about what it is you're talking about? You see, with the international speech, we could talk about anything, whether it be motivational or inspirational, whether there's a call to action or it's a story. It's up to us what we'd like to give them meaning the audience, but it's up to us. But was there flexibility? Was there volume, directiveness? Was there assurance, enthusiasm? Do you believe what it is that you're saying? With AI, a thing that's here to stay, we don't know that. We don't have that. And therefore, we have to go above and beyond that if we're going to be judged properly. The appropriateness of the speech is important. That also is 10%. The speech purpose, the audience participation. Was the audience involved in your speech? Were they sitting there with their arms crossed? Were they maybe on their cell phone? Were they involved in the speech? Can you bring people into that speech? Correctness is also on here for another 10 points. The grammar, the pronunciation, the word selection. Are we speaking above people's heads? Are we treating people, adults, like they're children? Somewhere in the middle, you find that median, and you've got a winning speech. That's what the judge's qualifications are in looking at a winning speech. At my desk, and during the break, you're going to see a bunch of these forms. This is the evaluation form, the speech contest forms. You're welcome to take one of these because it has all the answers on it, the answers to the questions that are about speaking. I will give you a tidbit. We're not comparing one speaker to the next speaker. Each speaker is an individual speech, so each one should be handled differently. It has a number across the top. It says 1 through 10. And again, I'm going to give you a copy of this before we leave. 1 through 10. But I urge you, your first speaker, make them number 10. And then when it's done, fold it over so you're no longer looking at that one. Then do number 9 as the second speaker, and number 8 as the third, so on and so forth. Why is that? Because then you're not comparing. Well, I gave this guy a 7 over here, and maybe this one was a little better. You're not comparing it because each speech is separate from the last speech. Talked about the evaluation, also 100-point. Analytical quality takes up 40 of those points. Analytical quality. Is there a quality in that evaluation? Somebody worked so hard to put that speech together. Are you analyzing it properly? What about your recommendations? Are they positive? Are they successful and specific? Are they helpful? It's no use to tell somebody they have no right being a Toastmaster and they shouldn't even be alive, let alone speak. It doesn't help anybody. The technique. Are you being sympathetic? Are you sensitive? Are you motivational to keep them coming back for more? And what about a summation of it? Can you wrap everything up in, you only have 2 minutes for an evaluation speech. Can we wrap everything up in a nice little package so that the speaker that you're evaluating has something to take home, something to remember, something to work on? And finally, table topics evaluation. And again, I have forms for everybody at my desk, and you might want to evaluate and see how close you come tonight to tonight's table topics contestants. Speech development is 30%, effectiveness 25%. Again, physical appearance, body language comes into play. Your voice, your flexibility, your volume. Appropriateness takes up 10%. And correctness, grammar, punctuation, and word selection, once again, the final 5%. My point is, folks, if you know the answers, it's easier to find the question. And with the conversation that we just had, talking about the judge's guides, you'll be able to be a better speaker because you know exactly and precisely what it is that the judges are looking for, whether you're in a contest or not. Now here, who's afraid to be judged? Anybody? Nobody. Exactly. Madam Toastmaster.